This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Welcome to another edition of Lorain Boys Basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television, alongside Hyatt Hernan. I'm Rob Polinsky, and tonight the Lorain Titans take on Warren Harding, the Raiders, in a Lake Erie League game. The Titans trying to get to the 500 mark overall. They are 4-5. Warren Harding comes in with a record of 5-2, and Hyatt, it's not going to be an easy ball game for the Titans. This is a very good Warren Harding team they're playing, but an opportunity at home for the Titans to get to the 500 mark.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Aceto before the game. He mentioned this is a tough matchup for them. A very athletic Harding team coming in, good at getting to the net and shooting. So Aceto said throughout the season he's been happy with their defense. Offense isn't quite where it needs to be, but he thinks that that'll slowly start to fall in place as the season goes along.
Yeah, talking to the coaches, they felt that Warren Harding is your typical Lake Erie team, Lake Erie League team. So Lorain is used to this type of basketball night in, night out. It won't be easy, but it should be a fun night here in Lorain. Looking forward to working with you, Hyatt.
Oh, it's always a pleasure working with everyone that can come down to the games.
And again, right after this timeout, we'll have the tip-off. But when we come back, it's your Lorain Titans taking on the Warren Harding Raiders. It's coming up next, and it's on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
McGruff the crime dog here. We've all heard of identity theft. Now I'm going to show you how those thieves do it. Watch. He's secretly photographing her credit card with his cell phone. Now watch. They pretend they have a package to deliver, and while they're trying to fit it in the mailbox, they're taking her credit card payments and other paid bills. To learn how to protect yourself from identity theft, go to weprevent.org. Keep your identity to yourself and help take a bite out of crime.
And the start of the game, the Lorain Titans win the tip. Eddie Williamson goes coast to coast, lays it up and in, and just like that, the Titans lead 2-0.
Right off the bat, establishing a good presence for the Titans. Again, Aceto said this would be a tough matchup, so they want to get started strong.
Warren Harding with the basketball. They're in the black uniforms, black jerseys, black shorts, trimmed in gold and white. There's a steal by the Titans, taking it coast to coast. Javier Andrews lays it up and in. And the Titans off to a quick 4-0 lead. The Titans in the home whites. White jerseys, white shorts, trimmed in blue. Starting five for Lorain, it's Eddie Williamson, Javier Andrews, Damone Heisel, Naz Bohannon, and Rashad Berry. Those are your starting five for the Titans. For Warren Harding, they're going to go Anthony Bell. He goes inside with a pass. Shot goes up, no good. Missing it was Shaquem Johnson. We'll get to their starting five in just a moment. We'll get it right now. Starting five for Warren Harding: Anthony Bell, King Gardner, Jarrell Johnson, Shaquem Johnson, and 6'8" freshman Derek Culver. In Culver last Saturday in the win over Ursuline, scored 16 points and had 10 rebounds. Warren Harding 5-2 last Saturday, defeated Ursuline 64-61.
And Warren Harding, a very athletic team, but Lorain's used to seeing that in Lake Erie League play.
There's a long three from the top of the circle, short by Anthony Bell. Excuse me, offensive rebound, a foul on the floor. Our three officials tonight: Joe Miller, Joel Jansura, and Brian Hagan. Joe Miller with the first call tonight.
And Lorain coming into this game, the 2-4 in Lake Erie League play. This could be a big win for them if they can pull this one out.
Shaquem Johnson with the basketball. He'll hand it off to Jarrell Johnson. And Warren Harding will run the offense against the man-to-man defense of Lorain. On the right side with the basketball, Anthony Bell. Around the perimeter, they're trying to go inside. They do so to the big fellow, Culver. That's the freshman. Missed it in the rebound, knocked out to Rashad Berry. He throws it ahead to Javier Andrews, another layup. The Titans with 3 layups on their first 3 shots. And they lead 6-0. Into the forecourt goes Warren Harding, and they lay it up and miss it. Was King Garner. Quick outlet, and losing the basketball were the Titans. Left side 3 for Warren Harding, a whistle and a foul away from the shot. Missing the shot was King Garner. We're going to get an offensive foul on the Raiders.
And a huge wave of momentum for Lorain here on a 6-0 run, and really coming out of the gate strong. That's something they needed to do here.
Rob Polinsky along with Hyatt Hernan. Naz Bohannon to inbound. He's the freshman for the Titans. Gets it to Eddie Williamson. Titans with a big stretch of games here. 5 games in the next 8 days. They currently sit at 4-5. This will be an important stretch for the Titans in this season. Right side, Heisel. Back up top to Bohannon. Foul line jumper. Nope, and it went off that support beam, so that's out of bounds to Warren Harding.
And we've seen it early, and it's something Coach Rossitano mentioned. The defense for Lorain has been sound. It's that offense that they've been struggling with. Their shooting percentage is lower than he'd want. But he expects that to start to fix itself later in the season.
And that some of that will be fixed when you're able to get the young man back. Devon Andrews will come back next week. Warren Harding throws the ball away. Williamson into the forecourt. Gets the ball to Heisel. Heisel in the corner. 5:10 to go first quarter. Titans lead 6-0. Eddie Williamson up top. Pass on the right side to Davier Andrews. Nice bounce pass to Bohannon. Off the glass and in. Well, the Titans' 8 points have all come in the paint. High percentage shots. That'll help increase your percentage shooting-wise, Hyatt.
And that's something that Coach Rossitano really wants to get up. But again, he expects that with the coaching staff they have. He thinks the pieces are in place, and it's just a matter of time until that starts.
Air ball long by Anthony Bell. They get it on the right side. Top of the key, Heisel has it. Titans up 8-0. We're almost halfway through the first quarter. Heisel with the basketball. Both teams playing man-to-man in the corner. Williamson looking. He'll lob for Rashad Berry, the 6-footer on the baseline. Missed it. That was the longest shot the Titans have taken tonight. And a rebound is cleared to head to the Raiders. With it, driving in and missing the shot were the Raiders. It'll come out to Rashad Berry. Berry back outside to Heisel. His pass is errant. They throw it away. Turnover. Give it to Warren Harding. Substitution, first one of the game for the Titans. Gerald Howard comes in for Naz Bohannon. Coach Andy Velakovich in his second season as the head coach of Warren Harding. John Rossitano, first year with the Lorain Titans. Go ahead.
No, you can go.
Jarrell Johnson inside, put it up. No, it was blocked from behind by Rashad Berry. A couple of free throws. That's our first substitution for Warren Harding into the game. Shondell Jackson, 6'3" junior.
And at 4-5, Lorain, not the best start they wanted to the season, but a very tough schedule in this tough Lake Erie League.
Tough schedule, tough league, and you know they have had to play the first 11 games without arguably their best player, Devon Andrews. Free throw up and in by Shondell Jackson, his first point. Makes it 8-1. Substitution for the Titans coming into the ball game, Jaleel Moon, 5'10" junior.
And we've seen that defense on display for Lorain. Over halfway done with this first, and Warren just putting up their first points of the game.
8-2 as Jackson made both free throws. And as Hyatt told you, their first points, and we're halfway through the first quarter. A long three, top of the key by Heisel, missed it. Rebounded in the corner by Naz Bohannon. Bohannon with a bounce pass to Heisel. Heisel cross court for Eddie Williamson, and Lorain will reset the offense. 3.5 minutes to go, quarter number one, 8-2. Titans off to the lead. The weave offense, Jaleel Moon. Hands it off to Eddie Williamson, spins at the foul line. Bounce pass inside to Howard, put it up, nope. Got his own rebound to get tied up on a jump ball. The alternating possession arrow will give the ball to the Raiders. Coming out of the basketball game is Dede Heisel, and checking in will be Davier Andrews coming back in. And we have a whistle and a foul away from the ball, says Joe Miller. Offensive foul on the Raiders. It's going to be a push on Shondell Jackson.
And that's the second offensive foul away from the ball for the Raiders so far in this one, and that's something that just is unacceptable when you're down in a game.
You know, it doesn't officially go in the books as a turnover, but it is. It's, you know, an offensive foul, right? You've taken a possession away from your own team. Davier Andrews has it. Andrews behind the back. Nice pass inside to Howard, but he missed it. What a pass by Andrews.
And those were the plays that Lorain was finishing earlier. You don't want to get a stretch of those to not go in. Then it just seems like everything's against you.
Anthony Bell and the Raiders lose the possession, give the ball back to Lorain. John Rossitano, Mitch Gillum Jr., both up directing this team. Mitch, one of the assistants. With the basketball, Eddie Williamson, he'll hand it off to Davier Andrews, right back to Williamson. 2:40 to go first quarter. Looks like the Raiders are in his own defense for the first time. Pass on the baseline. Naz Bohannon, dangerous pass to Williamson. Almost got intercepted. A 1-3-1 zone here by the Raiders. Eddie Williamson. He's going to pass inside to Bohannon. Puts it up high off the glass and rim, no good. Out of bounds to Warren Harding.
And again, those shots in the paint were coming so easy earlier for Lorain. Now a little bit tougher as Warren starts to settle into their game plan.
And this 1-3-1 zone defense, what Warren Harding said is you're not getting shots in the paint anymore. You're going to have to prove you can make some jumpers.
And an early adjustment from Warren. Let's see how Lorain adjusts in retaliation.
Jarrell Johnson with the basketball up at the top. He'll get it to King Garner. Garner's been a solid player all year. Pretty pass inside. The shot is up and in by Shondell Jackson. So it's Lorain 8, Shondell Jackson 4. And a traveling violation on the Titans. Traveling with the ball, Davier Andrews.
And you know, the Titans come out quick, jump to an 8-0 lead, but with mistakes like these and missing shots, it's easy for that to disappear.
With the basketball is Warren Harding. Into the forecourt, they get it up top to King Garner. Garner on the left side, got it to Jarrell Johnson. Now the shot up top by Shondell Jackson, no good. Rebound to Damone Heisel. Dede will get it head to Eddie Williamson quickly, Davier Andrews. Andrews pulls it back out. They'll recycle the offense with 1:25 to go into first quarter. If you're just joining us, Lorain leads at 8-4. Gerald Howard, baseline right. He's going to drive in over the freshman, missed it. Rebound, Davier Andrews, no good, and out of bounds. It'll go to Warren Harding. The big guy for Warren Harding in there, number 50, is 6'8" freshman Derek Culver.
And they're excited to have him for the next 4 years.
Oh boy, look at him as a freshman, and you think, what is he going to look like when he's a senior? Let's remember that name, guys, Derek Culver. With the basketball, they're going to get it into Culver. Culver spins, puts it up around the rim and in. Derek Culver's first points of the ball game. 8-6. Warren Harding on a 6-0 run. 50 seconds to go in quarter number 1. The zone defense has bothered Lorain to a certain extent. Heisel measuring the shot, doesn't take it. Back up top to Rashad Berry. They're milking a little clock here. 35 seconds, and John Rossitano says one shot. You want to sit in the zone, then we're going to take the last 30 seconds off the clock.
And slowing down the game might be the best thing Lorain can do now with Warren on a roll.
Well, I don't know much about basketball, but I know this. Warren Harding can't score if they don't have the ball. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. That I know. 10 seconds. Nothing wrong with taking the last shot here. Williamson now will set the offense. 6 seconds. Had his pocket picked. Nice defense, Anthony Bell. There he goes for the tie. Missed it. Got his own rebound. Back up around rim and in at the buzzer. Oh, they got the steal. Well, an interesting first 8 minutes. Lorain scored the first 8. Warren Harding scored the next 8. We played 8 minutes. Our score, it's Lorain 8, Warren Harding 8. You're watching boys varsity basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Plant inspiration. Provide youth with the creative tools and skills to cultivate it. And you'll be amazed at what can grow. Adobe Youth Voices and the Peapod Foundation. Learn more at plantandinspire.org.
Start of the second quarter, Rob Polinsky alongside Hyatt Hernan. As you are watching WLCS TV 20, we are tied at 8, and Hyatt, an interesting first quarter. The first half went to Lorain, the second half to Warren Harding.
Yeah, and I mentioned halfway through the first quarter that Warren had not put any points up on the board, and then they go and put 8 straight up without letting Lorain give up a single point. And you know, you can't write a script like that. 8-8 after the first, both on 8-0 runs.
Davier Andrews missed the 3, and it's out of bounds to Warren Harding. Eddie Williamson, Davier Andrews, Gerald Howard, Didi Heisel, and Naz Bohannon are the 5 on the floor for the Titans to begin the second quarter. Bounce pass inside, shot goes up, no good. Rebound comes down to Howard for Lorain. He'll hand it off to Williamson. Titans with a chance to regain the lead. A left side Heisel fakes the 3, steps back, takes the 3, misses. Fight for the rebound, loose on the floor. Andrews got the offensive board, got it back, launches a 3, got it. Davier Andrews with 7, and it's 11-8. With the basketball is Warren Harding. Picking up the dribble, Jackson. Jackson gets it to Anthony Bell. Bell in the corner to Shondell Jackson, back to Anthony Bell. Maybe one too many passes for Warren Harding. Shot goes up and in. Making that basket is Shaquem Johnson, his first points of the ball game. 11-10 with 6:40 to go in the first half. Heisel, long 3, got it. Back-to-back 3s by the Titans.
And there's the answer to that zone if they can keep hitting shots like those.
Correct.
Perhaps a quarter adjustment there, and the Titans seeing they can take those shots, and if they can make those shots, it can be a big difference maker.
They are all over King Garner. Garner in trouble, throws away Eddie Williamson. Got the steal. Williamson puts it up and in. Coach Velakovich is out on the court with Joe Miller, and he's got to be careful. He could be close to a technical foul right there. Williamson got the steal, laid it up and in, and the Titans lead 16-10. Well, we've got time to tell you during this timeout and ask you the following question. Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? The answer to that is yes, then pay close attention to the following. Don't get a 3-second call with low interest rates on your investments. Step up to the line and shoot your way to success at the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. We will fast break the competition so that you will win the financial game of interest. Choose a certificate of deposit and watch your APY score the maximum. You'll score a goal every time when you call LSECU at 282-4600. Boy, Coach Andy Velakovich was really upset with the officials letting Joe Miller hear about it. Now he's talking with Brian Hagan. I'm not sure if he wanted a timeout when King Garner was in trouble at half court or what his complaint is, but Coach Velakovich, not a happy camper. I think the holidays are officially over, guys.
Yeah, he was extremely heated. I mean, it was almost like he was about to go to the paint. I mean, he was way out there.
Harding the inbound. After they take the first time out of the basketball game, they trail by 6. We've played 2 minutes of the second quarter. Jarrell Johnson picks up his dribble, gets it back. Johnson looking. Johnson foul line, passes inside to Culver. Culver up and in. Derek Culver, he's a force inside, guys. Heisel with it to Williamson. Cross court, wide open. Davier Andrews got to get out on him, but he missed it. The rebound comes out to Warren Harding, and then losing the basketball on the dribble is Shondell Jackson. Williamson tries to save it, but he threw it right back to Derek Culver. Culver spins in the lane, laid it up, missed it, tapped back up and in by Shondell Jackson. He's got 6. And just like that, Harding's right back in the game. A wide open 3, leaving Didi Heisel alone. He hits another one.
And Heisel is on a roll with those 3-point shots. He's made his last 3 in a row.
And Coach Velakovich better find a way for his team to not give up uncontested 3s, or the Titans are going to hit those all night long. With a basketball, King Garner. Garner will hand it off to Shondell Jackson. Jackson on the drive, had it poked away from behind, it's stolen. Long lob, laying it up in, and a foul is D.D. Heisel. Heisel with 8 all in the second quarter. And Joel Jansura says that foul is going to go on Shaquem Johnson of Warren Harding. Rashad Berry back in for the Titans. Coming out of the lineup is going to be Gerald Howard. John Rossitano talking with Gerald Howard right now.
And so far, it's been a game of adjustments. Lorain comes out strong in the paint. Warren retaliates with that 1-3-1 zone. And then Lorain makes the adjustment of this extremely aggressive defense, and they're able to get ahead. Missed
free throw, but Naz Bohannon got it, picked it up, put it in. 23-14, Titans' biggest lead of the night at 9. On the right side, Warren Harding with the basketball. They're going to get it into Anthony Bell. Nice pass inside. The layup is up and in. King Garner on the assist from Anthony Bell. Left side, dribbling in, driving in, and scoring is Davier Andrews. Andrews with 9 at 25-16. The Titan lead is 9 with 4:10 to go in the half. King Garner. And we're going to get a holding foul on the Titans as King Garner brought it across the timeline. Didn't see who that foul was on for Lorain. And now
looks like Eddie Williamson.
Yep, it is. Thank you. For Eddie, his first. Team's third. Anthony Bell, left side jumper, it's up and in. It was a 2, he was on the line. Anthony Bell has 4. Quickly, they go the other end. Jaleel Milmoon lost control of it. It's loose on the floor, out of bounds to Warren Harding. Jaleel Moon, Rashad Berry, D.D. Heisel, Naz Bohannon, and Eddie Williamson in. And right now, Gerald Howard comes back in for Rashad Berry. Nope, for Naz Bohannon. Berry came to the bench, thought he was coming in for him, but it's Bohannon. Titans without Xavier Harrison tonight. He has an ankle injury. They're hoping to get him back in about a week or so. He warmed up, but they're not. John Rossitano told me not going to play him for at least a week or so. A three-pointer is up and in, and making that long three, it is going to be Shondell Jackson. Boy, Jackson with 9 off the bench, and it's 25-21.
And talk about a back and forth game. This one has been going both ways. Warren with the hot hand right now, but Lorain can get some points up. Of course, that one going out of bounds kills anything they could get going.
Unforced errors, they throw it away in the forecourt. Those are the turnovers that drive you nuts.
And those were the ones that Warren was making earlier.
And now John Rossitano talking with Damone Heisel. It's funny, you look down there at the Lorain bench, there's not a seat for Coach Rossitano. Then you think about it, he doesn't need one. He never sits down. Culver with a turnaround, no good. They go for the rebound, tied up. Jump ball. Alternating possession arrow will give the ball to Lorain. No, maybe I'm wrong. I am to Warren Harding. The way they were lining up, I thought it was Lorain basketball. They'll get it inside to Culver. Missed it. The return is up and in. Shaquem Johnson with 4. 25-23. Quickly at the other end, Rashad Berry beat everybody back. His first points. 27-23, and this one's turning into a bit of a track meet, Hyatt.
Yeah, in football they'd call this a shootout, and really that term almost applies more to basketball. So we've got the wild, wild west in our hands here right now.
Anthony Bell with it, got it to Culver. Back outside, Johnson driving in, kicks it back out. 10-foot jumper is short. They fight for the rebound. It falls to the hands of Davier Andrews. Quick outlet to Moon, lays it up and in. Moon was cherry picking. He gets rewarded with 2, and Andrews found him. 29-23. Raiders down by 6 with the ball. 2:10 to go first half. Been an interesting first half of basketball so far. Bell with it. Bell gets it inside to Culver. Culver lost it in the paint, loose on the floor. Picked up, put up, and in. And making that basket is Shaquem Johnson. He's got 6, and they're all in the second quarter. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. 29-25, Titans by 4. Moon, cross court, Eddie Williamson. Lorain plays Saturday night at Norwalk. They'll play Tuesday at Warrensville Heights. And then next weekend, a couple of games at home as Andrews misses the jumper. Next Friday, they'll play Bedford at home. We'll have it on WLCS TV 20. And next Saturday, they'll take on Clearview.
And that's the big one.
Yeah. And the rebound is in and out. Rebound comes out to Williamson. Williamson behind the back with a dribble. Lost it, got it back. And then Jaleel Moon puts it up. No good. Offensive rebound, Rashad Berry. No good on the return. Got it again. Put it up again. No. Rebound, Warren Harding. Long outlet for Anthony Bell. He'll lay it up and in. 29-27. Lorain with a minute to go in the first half.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Lorain slow it down here again, much like they did at the end of the first.
Differences here is Warren Harding's playing man-to-man defense instead of the zone. Excuse me. Williamson with the basketball. Williamson with 45 seconds to go. Got to Rashad Berry. Berry lost it on the way up, and he traveled. Heck of a game for you to learn how to take stats, Hyatt.
And it seems
probably should have had given you that for a 7th grade girls game to learn how to keep track of the numbers.
Well, just a few minutes ago, it seems like Lorain was up 9-0. We were saying they were building the biggest lead they had all night. Now Warren with a chance to tie or take the lead here.
Did you give up trying to keep the stats? I'm assuming you gave up.
I've got some stats. I'm not sure if they're right, but I have stats.
I thought this would be a type of game where you just take it, throw it away, and say, I'll do it next time. 15 seconds to go in the first half. With the basketball, King Garner. Garner is going to hand it off. He does so. Gets it back. Garner on the drive. Garner had a shot blocked from behind by Howard, but Howard fouled him. And we get a whistle and a foul, and a technical foul, says Joe Miller. There was some jawing going on after that.
And again, just an inexcusable mistake. You can't do that.
Yep, and he was throwing an elbow, and that technical foul on King Garner. And King Garner, in an article that Jim Allen sent me earlier this week from the Warren newspaper, Coach Vlahovic said that King Garner is one of his leaders, a real leader for this team. He's been a rock for him all year. He's the guy he leans on. Well, the guy he leaned on just got a technical foul.
And, you know, in close games, it's easy to get emotional. It's easy to do things that you wouldn't normally do under different circumstances. I think we just saw maybe something out of that emotional.
First, we're going to have the free throws for Warren Harding because there was a foul on the shot. Garner was fouled by Gerald Howard, so he's at the line for 2. You see that he missed that one too long. 5.9 seconds in the first half is all that remains. 29-27. The foul on Gerald Howard is his first.
And not a lot of chances from the foul line in this game. Just Warren's second chance, and they can't capitalize, missing both.
And now Lorain will shoot a couple of free throws and get the ball. And going to the free throw line will be Damone Heisel, D.D. Heisel, who was 7 out of 8 on the year. 7 for 8, which is 88%.
And he's had the hot hand shooting threes, so.
Puts it up and in. And his height just told you the hot hand shooting threes. He's made 2 of them. And he rims that one out. Heisel with 9 points all in the second quarter. So now the Titans lead by 3 and they've got the ball. So they can get the final shot here.
We'll see what they have in the playbook with 5.9 left.
And Coach Vlahovic says foul because that's only the 4th team foul. And with 2.5 seconds to go in the half, he doesn't want Lorain getting an easy shot. So probably a good job there by fouling because you're not going to put him at the line. In the backcourt, Williamson gets off a tough 3 and it's no good. So we played one half of basketball. As you see the 2 teams head to the locker room, a very well contested game after 2 quarters. Our score at halftime, it is Lorain 30, Warren Harding 27. And we'll be back with the start of the second half. After this timeout, you're watching boys varsity basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
men and women of the United States Armed Forces, the USO is home. The USO depends on the generosity of the American people. Donate today at USO.org.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
As we get set to start the third quarter, quickly stats for Lorain. For the Titans, Eddie Williamson with 4. Davier Andrews had 9. Damone Heisel with 9. Nas Bohannon 4. Rashad Berry with 2. 28 points from the starting 5 for Lorain. Off the bench, Jaleel Moon had 2. 2 from the bench, 28 from the starters gives Lorain 30. Seeing action off the bench and not scoring was Gerald Howard. Titans with the basketball to begin the second half. Damone Heisel has it. Heisel to Eddie Williamson, also Nas Bohannon, Rashad Berry, and Davier Andrews into the game. The original starting 5 on the floor to begin the third quarter. Man-to-man defense for Warren Harding to begin, and we got a whistle on a double dribble. For Warren Harding, first half Anthony Bell had 6. It was King Garner with 2. Shaquem Johnson with 6. Derek Culver had 4. 18 points from the starting 5 of Warren Harding. Jarrell Johnson started, didn't score. Off the bench, Shondell Jackson led the Warren Harding Raiders with 9. 9 off the bench, 18 from the starters gives Harding their halftime total of 27. And Jackson was the only player that came off of the Harding bench in the first half. Driving in, nice pass inside, shot goes up. It is made by Shaquem Johnson off the pretty assist from Jarrell Johnson, Hyatt.
Yeah, a nice pass there. And really Warren just trying to get into the groove of things. They ended that first half strong.
Nas Bohannon with a pass for Davier Andrews, but it went out of bounds. Harding, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, we've talked about those unforced turnovers, and that's another one there that really, when Lorain's played poorly in this game, it's been because of those unforced turnovers.
Anthony Bell, King Garner, Jarrell Johnson, Shaquem Johnson, Derek Culver, original starting 5, are on the floor for Harding to begin the third quarter. They get it into Culver. He was fouled. So they're going to go to their big guy, Derek Culver, the 6'8 freshman with 4 points. He was fouled by Eddie Williamson. For Eddie, his second foul, team's first. And Derek Culver at the line, the 6'8 freshman with 4 points. The lefty puts it up, off the rim high, no good.
And it was quite the arc on that free throw.
Needs this one to tie. 6:46 to go in the third. Coach Velakovic on the bench for Warren Harding. And the free throw by Culver is up and in. We are tied at 30 as Harding has scored the first 3 points of the third quarter. Davier Andrews double teamed, in trouble, lost it. Give it back to Harding. And a timeout for John Rossitano and Lorain. He immediately takes a timeout, doesn't like what he sees, and he'll take a 30-second timeout. It gives us time to let you know about Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20 on Time Warner Cable. And you can like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook and win great prizes. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. And you can see the YouTube station, Lorain Schools TV 20. And I'm sure, Hyatt, a man that's your age, you know all about Facebook and all that good stuff.
Well, and one of my favorite things that we like to do on Facebook and Twitter is we'll get the score updates out live. So if you're not able to make it to the game or over winter break when you're out of town, you can still follow the Titans in all their winter sports.
There you go. You know who does all that? You're looking at him. Joe Bach. doing the cam work tonight. And he also does all that Facebook and Twitter stuff that I know nothing about. The layup is up and in for Shaquem Johnson. Shaquem Johnson with 10, and Harding leads by 2, Hyatt.
And if I am correct, that is their first lead of the game on this roll to start the second half.
If you say it with confidence, then no one's going to question you. Then you're correct. Heisel with it. Heisel steps back, puts it up, short off the rim, and Harding with the rebound. So the Raiders on a 5-0 run to begin the second half. This game started with runs. An 8-0 run for Lorain. Harding answered 8-0 to tie it at 8 after 1. Lorain led 16-10, and then Harding with a run to close at the gap. So even though it's a relatively low-scoring game, it's been a game of runs for each team. And basketball sometimes is. Jarrell Johnson with the basketball on the right wing to King Garner. They work it around the perimeter. We played 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. An open three for Anthony Bell. Missed it. Offensive rebound back up and in. Hustling and getting that offensive rebound was King Garner. 34-30. The Raiders by 4. And Warren Harding has played a very good basketball since the start of the second half. Williamson to Heisel. Heisel back out to Eddie Williamson. Williamson spins back out to Rashad Berry. Well, they go cross court. Devier Andrews, and his pass for Rashad Berry stolen away. Layup is up. Missing it is Harding, and Eddie Williamson was fouled in the backcourt. Boy, Harding missed an easy layup right there, Hyatt. I think the player didn't realize he was that far under the basket when he got control of the ball.
And we've said it's a game of runs, and those are the shots you need to make to extend these leads, because you know Lorain's going to try their hardest to get a run of their own late in this third quarter.
Gerald Howard, Jaleel Moon back into the game for Lorain. Rashad Berry goes to the bench along with Damone Heisel. Boy, Rashad Berry has had a quiet night, just 2 points. Pass to Howard. Howard outside, got it to Williamson at the foul line. Finds Moon for an open three, rimmed it out. And the rebound will go to Harding out of bounds. So it's out of bounds, the basketball to Warren Harding. We've played 3.5 minutes of the third quarter, and the Titans haven't scored in the second half. Good news for them, they're playing good defense too, so the Warren Harding lead is only 4, but Titans got to get the offense going here. They've struggled offensively this year, averaging just 52 points a game. Hyatt talked about that in the pregame. With the basketball is Jarrell Johnson and Warren Harding. Driving in, they're going to kick it out to King Garner, back to Anthony Bell for 3. That's an air ball wide. Culver tried to save it from going out of bounds, but when you're 6'8", you got big feet, and one of those big feet was out of bounds. Well, come on, Joe, you can't be 6'8" with little feet. Think about it. Look at him. I don't know what size those puppies are, but they were big enough to go over the line.
And Lorain's challenge now is to do what Warren did in the first. We mentioned Lorain started off 8-0. Warren responded with another 8-0 run. Now it's Lorain who has yet to score in a quarter, and they've got a big challenge ahead of them.
Eddie Williamson with the basketball against the zone defense. Gets it to Moon, back out to Bohannon. There's the open spot in the zone, but he missed it. That's a good shot, it just didn't go. Rebound, Shondell Jackson into the game. He had 9 in the first half off the bench. Drives to the hole and he scores. Shondell Jackson with 11, and it's 36-30 Warren Harding, their biggest lead of the night. Davier Andrews will drive to the other end, scoop and score. And that gets Lorain their first points of the second half, and let's see if that gets them going a little bit. Jackson with it at the edge of the center circle. Jaleel Moon went for the steal, got it to Andrews. Andrews is going to drive, scoop and score.
And this is where the good defense will benefit Lorain. Warren was on a hot streak, but just couldn't get that many points up on the board. Now that Lorain's playing to an even strength, they have a chance to take this one over.
Defense can lead to offense. That transition defense, when you get steals, get into the open court and give your team an opportunity. Titans down by 2 with 2:50 to go in the third. Bounce pass, nice bounce pass inside to Jackson. He put it up and in on the pretty pass from Shaquem Johnson. Other end quickly, Davier Andrews pulled it up, no good. They fight for the rebound. Gerald Howard got it, put it up, no. Rebound tap back out to Gerald Howard. Wants to go back in strong. Nobody was fouled, and Gerald Howard will go and shoot 2 free throws. Well, you got to give Howard credit there because he went up against those tall trees in the paint, and he's going to be rewarded with 2 free throws.
These 2 points could be huge for Lorain.
Jarrell Johnson with the foul, his first. Free throw up and in by Howard. For Gerald Howard, his first point of the ball game. Gerald came in a 60% free throw tosser. As a team, the Titans are shooting 59%. Rashad Berry back in off the bench. He's got to pick up the game offensively, in my opinion. He's got 2 points. 38-35, Warren Harding by 3. Howard up and good again. 38-36, Warren Harding by 2. Joe Miller having a conversation with King Garner. And he gave King a T in the first half. So King Garner talking to him about it. With the basketball, cross court is King Garner. Fakes the 3. Kicks it back outside. Top of the key to Jarrell Johnson. A whistle and a holding foul. And maybe King Garner just got his point across. Because there's a foul that is called on a Davier Andrews for a hold. Funny how that happens sometimes, huh?
And you mentioned that Warren sees him as a leader for the team, and sometimes the leader can do things like that. Have a level head, talk to the referees, get your point across calmly, and the refs are more likely to see your way.
Each team with 2 fouls in the second half. Get a whistle, and we're getting some pushing and shoving, and Joel Jansura says, guys, cool it. Again, our 3 officials tonight doing a good job. Joe Miller, Joel Jansura, and Brian Hagan. Inbounds, knocked away, stolen. Here's Rashad Berry ahead of the pack. Rashad's going to go up for the 2-hand slam. And he hung on the rim. There's a T. Joel Jansura with the T as Berry hung on to the rim. John Rossitano saying he had to hang on because he was worried about coming down on a player. John Rossitano making a point, but not going to win that argument.
And that's just a mental mistake in an emotional game.
And that counts as a personal foul on Rashad Berry as well.
You can see the case Coach Rossitano was trying to make, looking out for safety, but
free throw up and in.
In cases like that, the rule is the rule, and you have to follow it no matter what.
Shondell Jackson with 14 points off the bench. He's the high scorer. He's got 5 in this quarter. Misses that one. Warren Harding leads 39-38, 2:07 to go in the third, and it's Harding basketball. And you can feel the intensity in this game picking up as it gets closer and closer as we march forward. And I think we're going to have a heck of a fourth quarter.
And the referees have done a good job of keeping this one under control.
Yep.
I expect the same throughout the rest of the game.
Johnson double team, gets rid of it. To King Garner, right side Jackson. He's got the hot hand, put it up, missed that one. Eddie Williamson, quickly the outlet to Moon. Moon will lay it up and in. Jaleel Moon with 4. Titans regain the lead, 40-39 with 1:45 to go in the third. Right side, go ahead.
I was just going to say this is a quarter. Lorain hasn't played their best ball in, but their defense stepped up and was able to keep them in it, and now they're right there.
Jackson made a basket while Hyatt was talking, and at the other end, Titans have it. Eddie Williamson fouled, would go to the line for 2. Eddie Williamson will shoot 2. Eddie this year, 59% on the year from the line. Came in averaging 5.2 points a game. He's got 4 tonight. Williamson trying to tie. He does. Naz Bohannon back in for Rashad Berry. Anthony Bell back in for Shondell Jackson. Williamson to try to give Lorain the lead. Yes. Titans lead by 1, 42-41. 90 seconds to play, third quarter. Into the forecourt. Here come the Warren Harding Raiders, and going for the shot was King Garner. He was fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. That foul on Gerald Howard. Line right, it's up and in.
You know, as we head into the fourth quarter, with, you know, it's easy to get emotional. It's easier to take bad fouls.
Garner made 1 out of 2. We are tied at 42 with 1:15 to go in the third. Eddie Williamson into the forecourt. Pass on the right side to Heisel. Back to Bohannon. Naz Bohannon will hand it off to Eddie Williamson, and they'll set the offense with 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Gerald Howard going to drive through the paint, put it up and in. Howard with 4. 44-42 Titans, 50 seconds to play in the third. Pass inside, and they want to say a walk, but they don't get the call. Coming out is Jarrell Johnson, and we're going to get a whistle that goes out of bounds off the Titans.
And the Lorain bench not happy about this one.
Nope. Wanted a foul called or a travel call, didn't get it. On the inbound, they're going to get it to King Garner. Garner, left side, jumper goes up and in, and hitting that, and it was a 3 is Jarrell Johnson, his first basket of the night. And it gives Warren Harding a 1-point lead. What a shot that was. 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Lorain will hold for the final shot against this zone defense, like they did at the end of the first quarter, Hyatt. Everybody takes a collective sigh of breath, a sigh of relief with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Heisel has it, 5 seconds. Heisel puts the shot up, got the foul, and it went in! Oh my, D.D. Heisel with a circus shot and a foul!
And with 0.1 seconds left on the clock, with the quarter we've had here, of course that's the way it ends.
That one's going on the highlight reel. Heisel to try to make it a 3-point play. It's up and in. And Harding will inbound here at the end of the third quarter. Inbound and no shot, and that will do it. We've played 3 quarters of basketball. Our score, it is the Lorain Titans 47. The Warren, say that again, Rob. Warren Harding Raiders 45. We'll be back with the 4th and final quarter after this timeout. You're watching Lorain Boys Varsity Basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television. Welcome back. Start of the 4th quarter. Warren Harding trailing the Titans 47-45. Harding outscored Lorain 18-17 in that nip and tuck third quarter. So it's a 2-point Titan lead as we head to the final 8 minutes of regulation. Harding with the basketball to begin the 4th quarter. Anthony Bell on the left wing. Gets it out to Shondell Jackson. Jumper goes up, no good. Rebound Titans. Eddie Williamson, D.D. Heisel, Davier Andrews, Naz Bohannon, and Gerald Howard are the 5 on the floor for your Lorain Titans. Williamson with the basketball. Eddie with a bounce pass to Andrews. Man-to-man defense for Harding. Andrews, nice pass to Gerald Howard. Howard inside, put it up, no. Rebound, Harding. And they're going to lob it ahead, and with it is Anthony Bell. Bell steps back, puts it up, we're tied. Nice shot by Anthony Bell, Hyatt.
Yeah, and Coach Rossitano said he wanted more offense. Be careful what you wish for because he's getting it in this game. I don't know if this is what he meant.
On the shot is Gerald Howard. Howard traveled, says Joe Miller. 5 on the floor for Warren Harding to begin the fourth quarter. Shondell Jackson, King Garner, also into the game. Anthony Bell, Shaquem Johnson. And Jarrell Johnson. Those are the 5 on the floor for Warren Harding to begin the fourth quarter. Their big freshman, 6'8" freshman Derek Culver on the bench to begin the fourth quarter. King Garner gets it back to Jarrell Johnson. Johnson at the foul line to Anthony Bell. Bell just made a jumper to tie this game at 47. We played 90 seconds of the fourth quarter, and Shondell Jackson traveled as he went to the basket. Williamson with it. Williamson in the backcourt. We're tied at 47 as we get to crunch time. 6:20 to go in the game. Heisel for 3. Air ball. Out of bounds to Warren Harding. Each team with 4 timeouts remaining. Each team has committed just 4 team fouls. Neither team has been in the 1-and-1 in either half.
And the most important stat, each team tied at 47.
That's very true, right? The rest of the numbers don't mean a lot, do they? We get it inside, and we get a whistle and a foul on the Titans. No shot, so the foul on the floor. Foul on Bohannon. And coming back in is Jaleel Moon. Moon is in for Dede Heisel. Harding to inbound. They do so. Jumper goes up. It's short. Missing that was Anthony Bell. Long baseball pass to Davier Andrews ahead of the pack. Missed it. Rebound. It comes out to Warren Harding. 3-on-1. They get it to Jackson. Jackson put it up and in. Shondell Jackson. He has 18 in this game off the bench to lead everybody in scoring. 9 in each half. 49-47 Harding, 5.5 minutes to play. Baseline right, Rashad Berry. Berry driving to baseline. Berry lost it. It is just saved from going out of bounds, but they save it to Warren Harding. Shondell Jackson has it. Jackson strong to the hole. He was fouled. Is it going to count or not? Nope, foul on the floor. Foul on the floor before the shot, says Brian Hagan.
And Lorain fortunate there. That one was close to going the other way.
And we're getting a conversation now with Brian Hagan and Joel Jansura, 2 of the 3 refs. And Brian Hagan's going to come over and explain it. And he says the foul's on Rashad Berry. That's the 16th foul on Lorain. So the next foul on the Titans and Warren Harding will be in the bonus. For Rashad Berry, the foul is his 4th. Remember, he had that technical for hanging on the rim that counted as a personal foul, so he has 4, so he comes out of the game. 4 points, 4 fouls for Rashad Berry. Inside, beautiful pass, shot gets blocked by Bohannon. Bohannon with a block. Howard at the other end, lays it up, and they take it away and say an offensive foul, and John Rossitano's going to go nuts. Joe Miller just took that away. Gerald Howard gets called for the foul.
And this Lorain crowd is letting them have it.
Yeah. That's a big call that just went against Lorain.
It would have tied the game up at 49.
Timeout, says John Rossitano. He is still upset.
Coach Rossitano might need this timeout for his own benefit.
Nope, I think he took it for another reason. Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? If the answer to that is yes, then pay close attention to the following. in the paint, 3-second violation, top of the arc, in the circle. Got you confused? Well, make your next shot a three-pointer with a certificate of deposit with Lorain Schools Employees Credit Union. Our team is a CD rate that will score every time when you call or visit LSECU. Make a slam dunk by calling 282-4600 or stop by the office at 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Suite 101 in Lorain. 5:11 to go in the ball game. 49-47, Harding by 2. Harding with the basketball, up 2. Anthony Bell. Bell with a lob. Get it to Derek Culver. The freshman puts it up, off the rim, no. Fight for the rebound. Nas Bohannon has it. Here come the Titans. Eddie Williamson. Right side, Moon for 3. Got it! Jaleel Moon with 7.
The first points of the quarter for Lorain, and they are a huge 3.
Titans lead by 1. 50-49. King Garner has it. Man-to-man defense. Moon on him. Pass inside. Knocked away. Good hands, Eddie Williamson. Williamson tries to pass to Howard. It's knocked out of bounds. Boy, quick hands. Both teams defensively. Hard to get your passes inside right now, guys.
And it was frustrating when it was at the slower pace earlier, and now it's just, it's really getting under their skin. Just tough to get offense going.
Rob Polinsky along with Hyatt Hernan, our cameraman tonight. Once again, Joe Bach. Glad he could join us on WLCS TV 20. This has been a fun basketball game. From start to right now, this has been a really good game in my opinion. Andrews in the corner to Williamson. Back to Davier. He'll drive and miss it off the glass and rim. The return no good. Fight for the rebound. Andrews again. Missed it again. Rebound Howard back up. Missed it. Rebound Moon, and they'll reset the offense, but he got knocked out of bounds. Lorain will keep it. Boy, the Titans just missed about 4 shots from point-blank range.
And you can see how this one has been emotionally grueling for both teams. Fighting tooth and nail there in the paint, and Lorain can't get anything out of it.
With the basketball. The foul line jumper, it's up, no good. It goes out of bounds. Lorain will keep it. Andrews missed it. Culver back in for Warren Harding. Coming out for Harding is Jarrell Johnson. And we're going to get a whistle and a timeout for Warren Harding. Harding takes a timeout, their second. Each team now with 3 timeouts remaining. 3:42 to go in the basketball game. Lorain leads it 50-49. Well, of course, you know you're watching WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television on Time Warner Cable. Like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook and win great prizes. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. You can follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20, or you can watch the YouTube station, and that's Lorain Schools TV 20. Titans trying to get to the 500 mark at 5-5 for the win. Warren Harding at 5-2. Lob for Gerald Howard, knocked away. They fight for it at half court. Howard came away with it. Titans basketball. Eddie Williamson has it. Every possession big now. 3.5 minutes to go. Titans trail by a point. I'm sorry, Titans lead by a point. Jaleel Moon. Broadcasting 101. Get the score right, Hyatt. Don't tell them the wrong team's ahead. Titans lead by 1. They get it to Howard. Inside, strong, and he scores. That's a good job of getting the ball inside, Hyatt.
Yeah, and a low-scoring fourth quarter. Each team with only 4 points in this one, but that just shows how tough it's been to get on the board. Right.
Anthony Bell with it. 2:55 to play. Titans by 3. Man-to-man defense. King Garner with the basketball. Garner in between the circles. Gets it on the right side to Jackson. He's been a thorn in the side of the Titans tonight. Off the bench with 18. Up top, Anthony Bell to try to tie it. It's short. Eddie Williamson went for the rebound, got it, and he's fouled. Williamson at 5'8" went up and got a rebound.
Yeah, he was the smallest guy out of those 4 by a large margin.
Rebounding is whoever wants it the most. 52-49, that foul on Warren Harding, their 5th. And it's on King Garner. For him personally, it's his 3rd. And with a 3-point lead, the Titans have the ball with 2.5 minutes to go. Williamson to Andrews. He's going to get double teamed at half court. Gets rid of it to Rashad Berry, back to Williamson. They're going to set the offense. Andrews has it. Davier to Rashad Berry, back out to Williamson. Bounce pass to Rashad Berry, came and got, then his pass knocked away, and it went off of the knee of Bohannon. Bohannon saved it. To Berry, put it up. It's an air ball short. Rebound Jaleel Moon, and a timeout for Lorain. The Titans needed that one right there. And they take a full timeout.
And Lorain fortunate with the amount of bounces that went their way. Looked like 2 or 3 times a Warren player got a hand out of it. One time right out of bounds off the foot of a player, able to keep it in.
52-49, Lorain leads. They led 47-45 after 3, so they have outscored Warren Harding 5-4 in the fourth quarter to go up by 3. Recapping this one, scoring by quarters, Lorain and Warren Harding were tied at 8 after 1. Boy, they heated up in the second quarter. Titans would outscore Harding 22-19 in the second quarter to go up 30-27 at half. Third quarter, it stayed close, nip and tuck. Harding outscored Lorain 18-17, so Lorain led 47-45 after 3. And as Hyatt told you, fourth quarter's been low scoring. 5-4 for Lorain, and the Titans lead it by 3, 52-49, with 2:05 to go in this basketball game.
And defense is the strength of this Lorain team. They have stood tall here in the fourth.
Lorain has 2 timeouts remaining. Warren Harding with 3. Harding offensively is in the bonus because Lorain has committed 17 fouls. Warren Harding has committed 5 fouls, so they still have 1 to give before Lorain would be in the bonus. So that's your foul situation and your timeout situation. Both could be critical. Inbounds, they put it off the back of the player of Warren Harding. Williamson picked it up and laid it in. Eddie Williamson with a trick play. They lead by 5, and at the other end, Anthony Bell lays it up and in. 54-51, Titans by 3. It comes down to who executes better down the stretch here, Hyatt. That pass knocked away, stolen by Harding. Culver has it. Culver into the forecourt. Culver's going to drive, scoop it up. No, but he was fouled. And is it 2 shots, or was he fouled on the floor? Let's see. Joe Bach says 2 shots. And so, more importantly, does Brian Hagan, who's the official. No offense, Joe, but, you know, Brian Hagan's decision a little more, you know what I'm saying.
And in a row, 2 defensive lapses for the Titans there.
Culver makes a free throw. Culver with 6. The 6'8" freshman had 16 last Saturday. He has just 6 tonight. Culver again, high arcer, missed that one, 1 out of 2. Offensive rebound, back up and in, and we are tied. And making that one off the offensive rebound is Shondell Jackson. Jackson with 20, and we're tied at 54 with 1:25 to go. Williamson out to Andrews. Andrews as they run the weave. Andrews in the corner, double teamed, out of bounds. Lorain will keep it. 1:15 to go. Substitution coming out. Derek Culver going in at Jarrell Johnson.
And Lorain with 54 points beats their average scoring for the year. And this one could go much higher, well into overtime if the score stays tied like this. 1:15
to go. Moon gets it to Williamson. Cross court, Davier Andrews. Andrews back out to Williamson at the midcourt line. 1:08 to play. We're tied at 54. Moon back out to Williamson. Well, he is guarded closely by Shondell Jackson. Picks up his dribble, got it to Andrews. We're under a minute to go in the fourth quarter, and we're tied at 54. Williamson cross court, Andrews. Andrews got it to Howard, puts it up, around the rim and in. And we're going to get a whistle and a timeout for Lorain. Howard with a big-time shot. Nice drive to the basket. He's got 8, all off the bench, all in the second half. We've had some bench players with big games tonight, Hyatt. Gerald Howard with 8 points off the bench. Jaleel Moon, 7 points off the bench. You know, that's big when you're getting points, you know, from some guys that have come off the bench to help out, because offensively, a couple of the starters, you know, Bohannon, Rashad Berry, not having strong games, so you got to get that bench play.
And then, you know, the Lorain's had offensive struggles throughout the season so far, and it might take a game like this where the bench players step up when the main scorers are in a slump to kind of jumpstart this offense.
Well, don't forget they're without tonight Xavier Harrison, who they hope to have back in about a week. He has started at points throughout the season. And they're also going to get Devon Andrews back after tomorrow's game for the second half of the regular season. That should make this team that much better offensively.
And this team, when they finally get everyone back, is going to be exciting to watch.
I think the second half of the regular season for Lorain is going to be very interesting to see how this team matures. They've had a lot of close games in the first half. 44 seconds to go in the regulation. Titans lead by 2, Warren Harding basketball. Let's see what the Raiders decide to do. Johnson, bounce pass to King Garner. Garner outside to Shondell Jackson. Jackson leads him with 20. Turnaround shot, it's up and in. Talk about a guy off the bench. Shondell Jackson has 22, and we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. I think it's a timeout. Yep, timeout for Warren Harding. Harding took the timeout after making the basket. Coach Vlahovic ran after Joe Miller to get that timeout called, so we are tied at 56. And they start the clock here, so I didn't see how much time was in the fourth quarter when they made that basket, but I believe there's around 30 seconds or so. We'll find out. We are tied at 56, and now, Hyatt, if you're Lorain, you know, an opportunity for Coach Rossitano to decide what he wants to do. He can go for the final shot if he wants. Warren Harding has put Lorain in the bonus, so if Harding fouls you, Lorain will be shooting a 1-and-1. And Coach Vlahovic is coming out to talk with Brian Hagan, the official.
And, you know, a lot of what Lorain chooses to do now may depend on Warren's defense. They've opted for trying to take the last shot in 2 of the 3 quarters we've seen, but both those times Warren playing back in a zone. What Warren does here defensively could dictate what we see from Lorain.
Raiders out on the floor. Titans are going to join them soon, and there's 28.9 seconds to go. 28.9 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 56. Both coaches have been up the entire game. And Harding will sit back and not pick him up until half court. So Eddie Williamson can take his time getting this across the timeline. Got to do it in 10 seconds, though. With 1 timeout remaining in a tie basketball game, I would assume Lorain would try to go for the final shot. We'll see. And we are just about set to get back underway. There's the inbounds to Williamson. He's going to walk it up. 25 seconds to go. He'll get mad at half court. 20 seconds. Screened by Gerald Howard. 15 seconds. Hand it off to Andrews. Davier Andrews, 10 seconds. Now they go. Davier Andrews all the way to the hole, laid it up and in. Timeout, Warren Harding. Davier Andrews laid it up and in. Boy, what a strong move to the basket with 4.2 seconds to go.
A lot of time ticked off that clock.
And we're going to get the timeout was called by Warren Harding. It is a 60-second timeout. Each team with 1 timeout remaining. But Hyatt, what a move by Davier Andrews as he went to the basket strong. He was not to be denied. That's a nice job by the Lorain Titans. Andrews now with 15. He came in averaging 15.8, the sophomore, who didn't play in the first, I don't know, half a dozen games or so. This is my first opportunity to see him, and I can see what all the excitement is about Davier Andrews.
And he's been impressive tonight, but the Titans leaving 4.2 seconds left on the clock. That's plenty of time for Warren to try to get 1 shot off.
Warren Harding has made 2 3-point field goals tonight, Hyatt. Jarrell Johnson and Shondell Jackson. Jackson tonight with 22 points off the bench. Now Harding is down by 2 on the road with 4.2 seconds to go. I don't have their stats, but I can just tell you tonight they've made 2 3-pointers. So that isn't a strength of their team, at least not tonight. Going the length of the court. They can go for a 2 to send it to overtime or a 3 to win it. They looked inbound, got to go the length of the court. They get it to Jackson. Jackson from half court. Why, I don't know. It's an air ball, and it will be Lorain basketball with 4/10 of a second. Why he shot from half court, I don't understand what he was thinking. And Lorain wants to take a timeout. I think Jarrell Johnson just lost track of the time, threw up an air ball. Lorain takes their final timeout. They'll have 4/10 of a second. They just need to inbound the ball. And if they do so, the Titans are going to win this one.
And Warren had time to get closer. I'm not sure, again, maybe just wasn't aware of the time.
Harding is going to bring in Kenyon McGriff to come in here, and obviously Warren Harding is going to try to foul, but here's a problem for Warren Harding now. They've only committed 5 team fouls, so they can't put Lorain at the line.
And if I looked at the clock, about 0.5, 0.4 seconds left, and with 2 inbounds, that might be enough time just to completely take it off the clock before you can even get a foul off.
Yeah. To me, Harding's going to have to hold before the inbound to get the foul called. Sometimes if you do that, you got to be careful. You can get an intentional foul. Let's see if they put any time on the clock. We'll see. 4/10 of a second. They don't. So if I'm Lorain, the other thing you can do here is if you just throw a baseball, as soon as the ball's touched, the clock starts. Doesn't matter if a Harding player touches it. You can throw a baseball pass into the forecourt. The only thing you don't want to do if you're Lorain is throw this ball out of bounds and give it back to Harding. Just get the ball inbounded and you win. Howard to inbound. Look in, there he does. Got it back to, got the inbound to D.D. Heisel, and that will do it. Boy, a hard-fought victory for the Lorain Titans. The Titans win it by a score of 58-56. As you see the two teams shaking hands, this one was, contested from the very get-go. The Titans go to 5-5 overall, though, improved to 2-4 in league play. Warren Harding drops to 5-3 and 3-2 in league play. We're going to take this final timeout. When we come back, we'll give you the individual scoring and we'll wrap it up. We'll get Hyatt Herndon's thoughts. We'll wrap things up from Lorain. Again, our final. It was the Lorain Titans 58, Warren Harding 56. You're watching Lorain High School boys basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools television.
One visual, and you have the lead on the right. You have the lead on the right. Sights on. Left 9 now. Nothing else. You got the airspeed on me. Visual. Oh, there you are. Darn, I was hoping you wouldn't see me. It's my turn to gun track. Let's do that one again. Okay.
Just in case you didn't catch the number the first time.
And welcome back to Lorain, where the Titans tonight go to 5-5 on the regular season with a hard-fought, heart-pounding, exciting 58-56 win over Warren Harding. Alongside Hyatt Herndon, I'm Rob Polinsky, and Joe Bach, again, thanks for his hard work on the camera work. We'll get Hyatt's thoughts in a moment, but want to first recap the scoring. By quarters, Lorain and Warren Harding were tied at 8 after 1. Scoring heated up in the second quarter with Lorain outscoring Warren Harding 22-19. They went up by 3, 30-27 at half. Second half, it was a seesaw affair. Harding outscored Lorain 18-17. Titans led 47-45 after 3. And in the fourth quarter, relatively low scoring, each team with 11. And the Titans win at 58-56 when Davier Andrews made a layup with 4.2 seconds to go. Individually, first for the victorious Lorain Titans, Eddie Williamson with 8. Davier Andrews led the Titans with 15. Damone Heisel joined him in double figures with 12. Naz Bohannon with 4 and Rashad Berry with 4. 43 points from the starting 5 of Lorain. Off the bench, Jaleel Moon had 7. Gerald Howard had 8. 15 off the bench, 43 from the starters, gave Lorain a total of 58. Those were the 7 players that got into the game. For Warren Harding tonight, Anthony Bell had 10. King Garner finished with 5. Jarrell Johnson with 3. Shaquem Johnson had 10. And Derek Culver finished with 6. 34 points from the starting 5 of Warren Harding. Off the bench, only one player played, but boy did he. Shondell Jackson, a 6'3 junior, 9 in the first half, 13 in the second half. Shondell Jackson off the bench led everybody tonight with 22. 22 off the bench, 34 from the starters gave Warren Harding their total of 56. Hyatt, it was an exciting ball game, a lot of fun to do tonight. Your thoughts on this exciting win for the Titans?
A very emotional game. You know, Lorain able to come out on top. And you look at this, a win in league play, gets them to 500. If they can turn this season and trend upwards, could be a signature win when you look back at the 2013-2014 Lorain Titans.
Yeah, it could be an important ball game because they play again Saturday night at Norwalk, an independent game, but Norwalk going into Friday night had won, I think it's 53 consecutive regular season games. So they have been outstanding in the regular season over the last 2.5 years or so. That's going to be a tough one. And then Lorain gets back into league play Tuesday at Warrensville. We'll be back and have them on WLCS TV 20 next weekend. A couple of games for you. Friday night at home against Bedford. Saturday night at home against Clearview. So a big stretch here, Hyatt. We're going to learn a lot more about the Titans, I think, a week from now than we know right now. But with 4 more games in the next 7 days, an opportunity for the Titans to get better in a hurry.
And they'll get Andrews for the first time this season, and a couple guys returning from injury. So we'll really see the full unit of this Lorain High boys team heading into what might be the most important stretch of this season.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And again, we'll have 3 of those next 4 for you on WLCS TV 20, starting with Saturday night's game at Norwalk. And Hyatt, I know you and I are going to work again next Saturday for the Clearview game. We'll look forward to it.
Yeah, it's always a great opportunity through Joe Bach and TV 20 to get to work with professionals like you in the field. So, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Joey called me a professional. I have to give him like $5 for that, I suppose. A lot of people to thank. Want to thank Lorain City Schools Athletic Director Brian Corey. Want to thank Joe Bach for all his great work on the camera. And again, we want to thank Hyatt Hernan for sitting in with the color commentary. Most of all, we want to thank you for watching. It was a fun one tonight. Our final score one more time. It was Lorain 58, Warren Harding 56. You've been watching WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.